Hey everybody, it's William Green coming to you from Fantasy Orchids in Louisville, Colorado. And we're going to start today's collection tour by looking at some of the flowers that are in bloom at Fantasy Orchids. They've got lots of things in bloom right now. Fall is an especially good time for blooming orchids, as many of you know. In particular, they've got a lot of really interesting Oncidium hybrids opening up right now. Some of them I don't feel like I've seen before. Look at these pink ones. I don't remember seeing very many pink Oncidium hybrids. I think the Brassia types you see quite a bit of, but look at these. Look at these bright pink lips. Really nice. They got some Dendrobiums. They got the Psychopsis. They got some other Oncidiums. And one plant in particular that I like is over in the boarding area. Sorry. And it's an Angraecum. This is an Angraecum Memoria Mark Aldridge, and it's a privately owned plant, and it's been spiking for a couple of months, and we can see that the flower buds are starting to push out. I hope we get a chance to see this thing bloom out before its owner takes it home. But if we move over to where my little collection of green pets are being stored, we can check out a couple of things that are going on. First of all, this Malaxis latifolia. I got this from Carter & Holmes last summer, and it looks like it's putting out a new growth, which is great. This is my Bulbophyllum echinolabium. This is Hal. Hal, thankfully, is putting out a new growth after about a year of doing no growing at all. But it's also got a flower developing, and it's been blooming on and off for the past almost, well, year and a half at this point, so I'm really happy with that. This little Falschilleriana came from Hausermann's orchids a couple years ago, and last year it only had about 5 or 6 flowers. This year it's got a nice little spike pushing up, lots of roots, more leaves. I'm expecting more flowers this year. We'll see. On to little Cattleya rex seedlings. The ones on the bark especially seem to be doing well. There's lots of new root growth on everything, but if I had it to do over again, I would mount every single one of those little seedlings because the mounted ones just seem to do so well. If we take a little closer look here, we can see the roots, and I mean, they are just taking over those mounts. So I just don't think that these plants like to be potted. The mounted ones just look too good. Over to the Bulbophyllum medusae. It's got 6 spikes on it this year, which is not too shabby considering it was broken down into about 13 pieces over the course of the summer. This is just one piece. But the spikes are pushing up, and the plant's still getting plenty of sun, and the days are still warm in the greenhouse, so those spikes are developing rapidly. They should be blooming within a month or two. This is another Bulbophyllum. This is Lovely Elizabeth, and it's not normally it would be putting out spikes this time of year too, but instead it's putting out new growth. So you can see at the base of this pseudobulb, it's putting out a new growth. And while it's good to see them growing, it's nice to see them bloom every once in a while too. I'd like to see at least one spike on this plant this year. It's really nice. Moving over to the multifloral Paphs, this is Paph Prime Child, and it has got a very interesting spiky thing pushing out. That should be a bud. Hopefully it'll be pushing out soon and we'll get to see some flowers on this plant. It hasn't bloomed in a couple years. And this plant, this is the star of the show right now. This is Paph Michael Kopowitz, and it bloomed last about 3 years ago actually, so it's been 3 years. It's been working on this one growth since then. The spike pushed up just about a month ago. It looks like it's got 4 buds on it, which is 1 more flower than last time, so that's good news. And you know, when this bloomed a couple years ago, a lot of Paph lovers told me that they felt like it was one of the palest they've ever seen, which is ironic because that red stem, you'd think that the color would be really strong. But if it is in full bloom, I'm definitely going to take it down to AOS judging just to see what they think about it. So that's definitely something to look forward to. Well guys, thanks for stopping by. These are my green pets. I'm William Green at Fantasy Orchids, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.